Toyota was founded by Kiichiro Toyoda. Kiichiro inherited the spirit of monozukuri, or conscientious manufacturing and social contribution, from his father, Sakichi, who was a great inventor. This spirit was put into form in the 5 main principles of Toyota after Sakichi's death, and it still lives on. Kiichiro Toyoda was born in 1894 in Kosai, a small city in central Japan. In 1921, he joined Toyota Boshoku Corporation, a spinning and weaving company. Soon after, he went to America, and what he saw there moved him deeply. Someday, the age of automobiles will come to Japan as well. After returning to Japan, alongside his core business of manufacturing weaving machines, Kiichiro started to do automotive research. Soon, he established an automobile department within Toyota Automatic Loom Works Limited.
一番大衆性があると、自動車がね。だから一番初め我々は大衆乗用車を作るということが、自動車部を作る頃の最初の目標はそれにあったわけですからね。
At that time, Japan didn't have the fundamental industries necessary to support an automobile industry, and an attempt to produce a car domestically seemed reckless. However, many people rallied around Kiichiro, drawn by his passion. At first, it was repeated trial and error. In 1935, the company's first marketed truck experienced breakdowns, and Kiichiro himself rushed to customers to apologize and to repair the broken-down trucks. From here, the philosophy of customer first and quality first began to take root. In 1936, the long-wished-for Toyota Model AA sedan was born. It was the company's very first passenger car for the masses, and the result of a hands-on challenge by Kiichiro and his team. In 1937, the Toyota Motor Company Limited was established. The company immediately started construction of its Koromo plant, which began operation on November 3rd the following year. A sales system was developed as well. Here again, the philosophy of Kiichiro persisted.
トヨタさんのやっぱ熱意ですね。ユーザーにまず設けてもらいましょう。それからあなた方はその後に設けてくださいねと。あなた方はユーザーを設けてからでないと設けちゃいけませんよという意味のことですね。
In 1941, Kiichiro became president. Even in the time of war, Kiichiro continued to develop passenger cars. However, due to a post-war management crisis and labor dispute, Kiichiro decided to resign, and a new management followed. Furthermore, the sales division was forced to separate. 2 years later, Kiichiro fell ill and suddenly passed away at the age of 57. This was just before he was to resume his presidency at Toyota, where business results were back on track. Kiichiro's dream was passed on to those who followed. Eiji Toyoda and others gained knowledge and experience through visiting companies such as Ford in the United States and incorporated that insight into their own manufacturing. By introducing the Creative Idea Suggestion System, it became customary for employees to think on their own and constantly make improvements. Toyota collaborated and grew together with its suppliers. Toyota strived to develop full-fledged made-in-Japan automobiles on its own. Kenya Nakamura was assigned as a development manager, and the development of cars progressed under his strong leadership.
今朝がもっと見識を持って俺の車という車を作って自分の欲しいものを作ってそれが当たらんようならお前は主査には向いてない。
In 1955, Toyota launched the Crown. The Crown was well received, and played a significant role in building trust in made-in-Japan automobiles.
Kiichiro Toyoda was born in 1894 as the eldest son of Suscríbete Toyoda, who was famous for inventing the automatic loom. When he went to the US for the first time in 1921, Kiichiro was astonished by the prevalence of automobiles and expected the era of the automobile would soon come to Japan. In 1929, he visited Detroit and toured automobile factories, which became his inspiration to manufacture passenger cars in Japan. In 1933, Kiichiro convinced the people around him to establish an automobile department inside his father's loom company. Kiichiro and his colleagues began by tearing down an American vehicle to understand each component one by one. There were many hurdles and hardships because neither the industrial base nor the technological capabilities for making automobiles existed in Japan. Still, Kiichiro and his team pursued their dream of making Japanese passenger cars with passion and determination. In 1936, after going through a number of trials and failures, he finally completed the first passenger car, the Toyota Model AA. The following year, the automobile department became Toyota Motor Corporation. In the beginning, Toyota's vehicle frequently broke down, leaving the customer stranded. Kiichiro would rush to the point of the problem, or gemba, and repaired the vehicle himself. He would take the defective parts back to the company to analyze the cause and make improvements. With his philosophy of customer first and genchi genbutsu, which means go and see, to understand what is happening, Kiichiro and his team devoted themselves to improving the quality of their vehicles. Kiichiro also introduced the just-in-time approach in manufacturing to eliminate waste and promote continuous cost reduction. This later evolved into the Toyota production system and together with Kaizen became the symbol of Toyota's way of making cars. After the war, Kiichiro restarted the development of cars in 1947, but he soon had to resign as president in 1950 after the company faced a financial crisis. In 1952, just as he was about to lead the company again, Kiichiro passed away at the age of 57. It was only 3 years later, in 1955, that the first mass-produced passenger vehicle he had worked so hard to develop, the Toyopet Crown, was introduced in Japan. Toyota soon started exporting its cars and introduced other core models such as the Corolla and Camry, which are still being produced around the world today. The Japanese startup Kiichiro established more than 80 years ago has become a global automobile company. As of 2018, Toyota makes cars in 27 countries and regions and sells over 10 million vehicles in more than 170 countries and regions. Leading Toyota now is Akio Toyoda, a grandson of Kiichiro.